Whoever the hell you were, man. Yeah, that's the one thing from visit me in Florence. I want that woman from Colorado Springs. Oh, no, I'm going to put my shirt on here, man. Much more. You know, 200. Decide to ask. You don't mind, do you? No. I don't mind if I do. Okay. Hey, jungle VIP. Hey. From my hotel on the mountain, over the hills and every. I have to thank everybody for your support in these troubling times that I have. I made a mistake. Hope you'll forgive me, but you know how I am. I make those remarks sometimes. I laugh, and then the stuff comes true in my life. I can tell you some dark and terrible secrets about me. But there are some troubling times right now in my life and everything, and a few things have been going on. Kind of worried about them. What they are right now, I couldn't tell you. It's only maybe you might eat certain kinds of candies. Not that person you're thinking of. Thinking of, you know, chocolate wafers, which they should have in Catholic Church, you know, along with some, I don't know, porridge or something. I've seen both sides of this liberal and conservative debate on the coronavirus. Oh, sorry, I don't have my official. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I mean, how would the world know me without my top hat on? They say that's a fake guy on there. I won't be very long with this, but I've seen both sides, conservative, liberal, on this whole coronavirus, and I don't buy into it on both sides. One extreme, not in the middle, conservative, liberal, you know, on the both far right and the far left. You've got the far left who they're hunkered down like those guys did in remember in Y2K. Same damn thing, man. Except that time the conservatives were really hunkered down, liberals were more like party mode. It flipped. It did. Conservatives this time, they go, bullshit, and everything, blah, blah, blah. And not even the deal was Trump. And he's a minor figure in this whole thing. And my rights, more important maybe than their responsibilities, you would say, if it's like the Black Plague. But their retort is, this isn't the Black Plague, because if it were, more people would be dead. But say now the conspiracy-minded left-wing people say, no, it's not a conspiracy. This is a well, the whole thing in the lab in Wuhan's been kind of, even though it's in the back of our heads, man. I don't think by thinking age in America. My thinking age, I'm excluding the news media for age, sex, race. It doesn't matter. We exclude them as being maybe like my mom went to a place called State School back in the 1970s, New Jersey, and she was working with people with Down syndrome and encephalitis cases. But what I'm laughing is that's where I put the news media, below them. Yes, way below. Because they tell their audience what the audience want to hear. They want to hear 20. Like there's an article came out, some monkeys ran off with some vaccination for this coronavirus. And they're going, the headline was like, 28 days later in real life? Okay, man. Speaking of that movie, 20 days later, I wanted to like that movie. The first 10 minutes, I was scared. You know, those monkeys and the environmentalists. Yep. That was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. 20 days later, because they all turned into zombies or some other kind of like cannibal holocaust or some other, well, or Hannibal Lecter for that matter. I went, oh, thanks guys. People go, no, John, it was scary. And I said, not for me, it wasn't. No, I mean, I've seen Night of the Living Dead, which is George Romero production. I don't know who else made some of them. Hills Have Eyes. I've never seen that film, but I like the plot of it. I should watch it someday. Same damn thing, man. Except, no, it's different. It's set in Merry Old England. Merry New England. Or future England at that point. People now are going, see, the monkeys stole the lab results. I'm thinking, what would happen if a bunch of canaries came in there and carried them off? What do they say? I just say, maybe some kind of like a little glitch in some headline, small thing, not a headline, maybe a byline or somewhere down the line somewhere. I walked the line. It's just about canaries, little funny thing. But these monkeys, you see that? Sorry, I was briefly interrupted by it seemed like an overreaching, going from a asking of and the iPhone thing to basically telling you you're going to have something done to you, otherwise you can't keep this communication open. Anyway, this is my thoughts on the whole coronavirus. And then you got the conservatives on one side who are just, we'll go to church and everything else and go roller skate and we show a Girl Scout jamboree and everything else. Maybe 2,000 girls show up at somewhere in Utah or somewhere. Speaking of which, that's odd to me. Is the states of Oregon? Utah. They're not put together. I like when things are so contrasted with each other. Although in some ways, I'm sure that the Oregonians are more conservative than LDS. Sorry. All those what they call cults. They all get stuck in. It takes a cult a really interesting angle to make it stick in my head. Like Scientologists, for example. Battlefield Earth. I tried reading that back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. I know, wasting my time reading things like, trying to get to Tolstoy's The Death of Ivan Ilyich, that kind of claptrap. I should have taken Battlefield Earth a lot more serious. Don't ponder over things like maybe contrasting Aristophanes or Aeschylus as a three-part, three-play trilogy based on a certain myth, and then taking something like Eugene O'Neill, who based modern plays on Aeschylus' same theme. No, that's just horse rubbish. Horse crap compared to reading Battlefield Earth. I know people think that stuff seriously too. They go, No, I don't know about someone. I don't know Hubbard. I didn't remember Hubbard. 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 Let's see. Hubbardarian. 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 What do you want to call him? Hubdian. Hubbish. His books are really, really important, John. Yeah, they are. Next to, well, Eugene O'Neill's not the kind of guy you want to read too much because he's pretty slightly pessimistic. Oh, Colorado Springs on Party Dispatch. Accident alert because of the current riots going on. Is it Wag the Dog? Is it real? Is it fake? I'm not saying it's fake, but you know, we know our news media sometimes has a way of slightly overdoing something. Like maybe currently also. I mean, I don't want to sound conspiratorialist like Alex Jones because please. Alex, if you're watching this, Alex, I admire you for being who you are. Not that I believe in anything that you say. There's some things you've alluded to I could say yes, you were correct. But believable? Not really. Now I'm way off track. I got way off track when I was going to say about the virus. Oh, about the 20 days later. And that is, it's the most disappointing movie I've ever seen. The expectations were so high, 100%. Then when it got down to right down to the zombies, I just went, well, man, that's like riding a Tucker. That has been in storage for the last 70-some years, 72 years, never been rode. You're getting a privilege of riding that damn thing, and you go down the highway, and the whole thing just kind of starts, everything on bolts, man. It's a piece of shit. It's just some kind of you find out that indeed it was, I mean, another thing is Tuckerians, because I do like, I think that Tucker's probably what I'm reading about the most innovative thing ever. But, oh man, the astronauts are on the space station. Wow. Hi, I thought we'd drop in for a while. Here's a question for everybody. What if one of them has a coronavirus? Do they all get infected now? Probably someone's already mentioned that. I'm sure somebody's mentioned that somewhere. Anyway. But that's my feeling. That's one of the most disappointing movies of my life I've ever seen. I cannot believe. I don't think I knew anybody was in there. I mean, the director, nothing. I thought, man, there was a woman named, well, I won't mention her name because she probably wouldn't know me. Her name is Yvonne. Her sister's lived one street over from here on the West 2nd here in Florence. I used to go there and hang out. Well, what the hell was doing there? I really couldn't. You ever experienced that before you go hang at people's houses? It's like, no, John. Not all of us had that privilege. We all had to work and, you know. But no, I went over there and I saw that movie for 2 minutes. I was actually, I can't remember if she was watching with me or by myself. I thought this is going to be a great movie. I think she was watching with me. And just like those other dingling movies, just expectations like Saw. First one was pretty bloody and everything. Then it goes in number 7, number 8, Saw 3, Sawtooth, Buzzsaw. No, but seriously, that's my take on the whole 20 days later. And I was reading that article thinking, there's another 20 days later, so going, you want to hold it down just a little bit. This may be, in fact, the worst thing we've ever seen. No one's fully, a couple things no one's ever fully answered to people. Did it come from the lab? We're pretty sure. Without certainty. Yeah, it can't be from the lab. It can't be from the only problem with that thing is you look at those wet markets, you're thinking, you talk about a cover-up. You can blame the wet markets, and you know what? I bet you could trace it to the wet markets. Have you seen that? Oh, man. And people go, good thing you have better meat facilities in America. The jungle has never gone away. Upton Sinclair. I have my problems with Upton Sinclair. And then Sinclair Lewis, too. They get those two mixed up. They both won, no, I think they both won a Nobel Prize or not. But the jungle, yeah, man. I don't know. If anybody wanted to disappear, you have to take them to Swift armor tanks there in Chicago. I don't know. I didn't process anything, it looks like. And here's the clincher. As P.J. O'Rourke said in his book, let's see, the Nation of Horrors. Nation of Horrors. He said, the real horrors are you and I. And we are. We want it to benefit us or it harms us. We want the government to come in. When they come in when we don't want them, that's where we have our problems. When we don't want them. When we want them, we demand it, man. When we don't want them, it's our land. And I gotta tell you, man, as much as I understand about Leviathan, if you read Leviathan and read what he had to say, I mean, so no one ever advocated, like a republic type Plato since Plato. And according to that one guy, whatever his name is, he wrote with Bush and Russell once. Oh, see, Whitehead, not John Whitehead, no. What his name is, Whitehead. No, see, I lost my train of thought. It's all gone now. Oh, Whitehead, the philosopher who wrote with Plato, with Bush and Russell about Plato, the Republic. All Western philosophy is a footnote to the Republic. And you think, oh, that's just overblown bullshit. What's the purpose of Western philosophy? It's to enlighten you, man. At some stage. And what's the Republic? The enlightened people get off their chain, look at the shadows on the wall, and they go up in the real world and try to come down and convince people. What else is philosophy? I have to make a confession of all things. I tried reading St. Thomas Aquinas. I would be in, I don't know about worship, but I would be an auspicious. I'd be an auspicious admirant. Is there an admirant of anybody who read both books and can remember what that book was. Those books are about. Summa Theologica. Sorry, somebody sent me a note here saying I was just going off into space. Probably good that I did that because you could tell by me looking over there going, oh, like that. That's exactly what I mean. I was reading the Summa Theologica. I thought, okay, John. People call me brilliant. They call me like Orson Welles, what do you call that? Undisciplined genius. But man, I was reading that thing. I'm going to sit. I used to own the great books, by the one that Mortimer Adler used to advocate back in I think he was still alive, up like the 1990s. The one that one of my favorite people I know, Alan Bloom, kind of railed against. Closing the American Mind. If anybody wants to talk to me about that book, I'll be glad to talk to him. Through here, or through in person in Florence, whatever it is. I put that out there. But that Closing American Mind. You ever talk to somebody before who maybe spent too much time within the four hollow walls of academia, and they have no idea? But the other part of it too, you got the other side of it where people have rejected any form of higher education and wallowed in their loving ignorance, but at the same time their conversations are very limited, and that's what can happen to both sides of that equation. And I've been with both of them. I've been both of them. I still am both of them. That's why I've got problems. I never made commitment to either side.